Retired U.S. Marine Corps Colonel Mike Jernigan is with me. He served as an Iraqi invasion commander and former lead strategist for U.S. Pacific Command. He's also a visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Good to see you today. First of all, as you hear this kind of coming together, how does the military play a role right now?
Hey, good morning, Harris. The military plays a great role is because they are not gone and they are not forgotten. They are still in the area. There's still 2 Marine Expeditionary Units in the area. There's still thousands of troops from the 82nd Airborne still in the area. We still have more than 40 ships in the area. So all of that is, I love the Vice President's words that we're laying the foundation. And that's what the military is doing. They're providing that foundation, the space for that foundation to be constructed for a lasting agreement and deal.
All right, with what you know, with all the parties involved, it would take a military for whomever is going to control the Strait of Hormuz. You hear talk of this now. General Keane says it has to. We've got to figure out who that's going to be. Who, in your estimation, could it be?
You know what? I think that it can be anybody except the Iranians. And the Iranians do not control the straits right now. You know, they keep announcing that they're closed every few days. The insurance companies are enabling ships to not pass through. But CENTCOM's reporting that more than 70 ships passed through this weekend. So technically, the United States is already controlling the Straits of Hormuz because we're letting ships through that are not related to Iran's economy.
Well, Iran traveled to the first round of talks with a big group from all parts of their government, we're told. Some are saying that it was to send a message to U.S. negotiators. What that would be, we don't know. This from one counterterrorism expert. Iran has not only sent diplomats, it has sent the foreign ministry, the secretary of state, the central bank, legal affairs, and oil. This is a whole regime delegation built around implementation, money, leverage, and red lines. Does that impress you, knowing how many people we took out at the beginning of this war?
It does impress me, but it impresses me for a different reason, Harris. It impresses me that this may be the first time that many of these elements of the Iranian government have been in the same room together. And so it shows that they're getting some sort of control, even if they have to go to Switzerland to make sure that all of their voices are heard. And that's what we want in a government. We want all of the voices heard, not the theocrats who are saying death to America.
All right, this just in breaking news, word that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is said to be going to the Middle East. We don't have a timing on that yet, but what's your reaction? Why might that be?
I think there's a couple of reasons that might be. One is the Iranians are seriously considering, this agreement and making it. I love that the International Atomic Energy Commission is coming in to inspect. So Secretary Rubio may be going to meet his counterpart in a display of agreement, or it may also be to go, no, we are really serious, and this is your last warning before we start kinetic actions again.
So, and forgive me for cutting in because I'm hearing from my team through my earpiece exactly what's happening now. So we're just getting a little bit more detail. So the Secretary of State is going to head to the Middle East. And when Secretary Rubio gets there, he'll be meeting in UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain. Some of what you were just talking about, I just wanted to filter in some specificity about where he's going.
Yeah, I think that's great that he's going to go see our Gulf partners in the region, because remember, there's 6 countries that have been struck by Iranian missiles. Jordan is defended against 300 missiles, and they're far away. So I think that Secretary Rubio, to answer your question, I think he's going to provide reinforcing conversations with our partners in the region, ones that have been buying and using American weapons to defend themselves from the Iranian drones and missiles, in contrast to the Chinese systems that the Iranians bought that are now at the bottom of the ocean in their Navy.
Look, I want to remind everybody of this bloodthirsty enemy that we face. The Wall Street Journal is reporting as the war with U.S. eases, Iran steps up hangings of dissidents. The regime is trying to consolidate its hold on power at home through fear. At least 45 people have been executed in Iran this year on political charges. Now, that's not including all the thousands, tens of thousands of protesters that they slaughtered in the streets. But this has to do ranging from spreading propaganda to espionage, according to the human rights groups and Iranian state media. So these are people that they've charged with all sundry of crimes. Nobody knows what their justice system actually is over there, but we do know it often includes killing. And we can't justify any of the cases. Many of the citizens say these people are innocent. Your last quick word of how they want to hang on to power. Are they in jeopardy?
Yes. And thank you for reminding us all about the terrible behavior of the regime. And we do not want that exported outside of Iran. It is terrible inside Iran, and we do not want them to bring that to the rest. And so I think that it's good that these negotiations are going forward. And I think that it's an opportunity for Iran to say, yes, we will be good players in the world order, and we will not export our violence outside of our own country.
Colonel Jernigan, thank you for being with me with a little burst of breaking news as well. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.